are you addicted to gambling?
I don't know. Like, I mean, that addiction is such a complex, topic, I'm not an addiction expert, but I certainly enjoy it, a lot. And it's what I love to do. And again, I think I said earlier, even if I'm not working, or making content and I have a free Sunday here in town, there's a very good chance that I'm going to be gambling. And I don't find many other things as stimulating. I mean, if I'm on vacation, we were on a cruise recently and, we stopped in Puerto Rico and, I went to the beach and I walked on the beach for a little while. I'm like, hey, I'm walking on the beach. I don't know if you've ever been there. I'm like, yeah, I'm sitting in the sun. And then it got kind of hot, and then we went to the shopping area, and there's nothing but the crap you see everywhere. And I'm like, I don't need any of that. And then I went on a little tour where they said, in 1697, this is where, I forget now, but it was a lot of history in Puerto Rico.
Yeah,
and,
there is.
this is in all these statues of presidents, and I drove around the main area, and then I'm like, okay, that was cool. And then we still had like 6 hours to kill. So I was like, let's go to the casino. So I don't know. I mean, addicted, maybe, but I definitely, I think I could quit,
How long could you go without gambling?
I mean, not more than a day because I need to put out a video every day.
But let's remove that. How long could you go without gambling until it gets uncomfortable?
Oh, I don't know. I've never done it. Like in so long, I couldn't even tell you. Like, I mean, I was at my doctor today, and by the way, my blood work was incredible.
That's good.
Oh,
Nice.
yeah. My doctor asked me, how often are you in the casino? And I think it's probably 28 out of 30 days. I maybe take 2 days a month off. Maybe. It's probably more like 29.
Would you say the world would be a better place if gambling was illegal?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, if gambling was illegal, like I would think the world would be a better place if, if as long as you didn't like hurt someone, that you could do what you wanted and you didn't have someone telling you what to do. You know what I mean? Like, obviously, like violence should be illegal, but I don't think that something that an adult chooses to do someone else should be able to tell me what I can and can't do with money that I've earned and paid taxes on. So I don't know, but does it cause harm and stuff like that? I would imagine yes. There are people who maybe don't have enough money and then they start gambling and they think that's going to be their ticket to ride. But then again, franchises, a lot of people buy franchises and they think that they're just going to, it's going to be easy. They're going to buy a franchise and then they open up the doors and nobody comes and they don't follow the playbook and then they lose their life savings on a franchise. So should franchises be illegal? A lot of people think, I watched $1 Million Listing. I'm going to become a realtor and that's how I'm going to make my fortune. And then they don't work hard and they don't follow up and they don't respond to their texts from clients and they don't do anything and they don't show any houses or they're too dumb to pass the test and they don't make any money becoming a realtor. So should becoming a realtor be illegal? Where do you draw the line? Like, I just think you can lose money at anything. And so I think people should be able to make their own decisions. I'm not really big on people telling me what to do.
I tend to agree. I think everything in life is kind of a double-edged sword. Some people are going to benefit from the exact same stimulus, and then other people will suffer consequences from the exact same stimulus. It's just kind of a matter of like, where you take the hand that you're dealt.
Yeah. I mean, I was just like trying to legislate behavior and stuff it's just impossible. And if you made it illegal, then there would just be more illegal gambling.
The new debate right now is whether or not the prediction markets are gambling and whether or not that is considered gambling or that is something that you could have an educated, place of money on, let's say. Like, instead of betting what the weather is, you have a historical, knowledge on what the weather is in Boston tomorrow and can place money on that.
It's gambling. I don't know. Like you're asking me if it's gambling. I mean, I know that on the prediction markets, you can bet on the football game.
Yeah.
So that's
but you could argue, and they argue, that some people have more knowledge than others on which team is statistically more likely to win. And therefore, you could have an edge based on your experience with that thing.
My answer would be, who cares? Do it all. It doesn't make any difference. It's stupid. It just gives more lawyers and politicians and lobbyists and people excuses to take money from people and fine people and run their whole extortion racket. That's my opinion.
It does. But then what's interesting is that people don't view day trading stocks or buying options or selling options the same way at all. It's even though to me
that's
it's
riskier. That's riskier.
Extremely risky.
Not selling options, but maybe buying
covered
options.
calls.
Let's just covered calls.
Covered calls are decent, Jack.
Nothing wrong
so
with
far.
covered calls.
I like
covered calls. Covered calls is a good strategy.
Yeah.
WBG taught me that one. But again, all these young kids, I've seen so many of them, and some of these rackets that come along with like, some super duper trading software, and people think they're going to make money trading options or trading commodities or whatever it is. I don't do any of it, but like I've seen countless people, they go, oh man, I've been doing it on test mode and I'm making 10% a day. I'm about ready to go in. And then they take their whole IRA and put it in. They start trading it on this software. And then there's one really volatile day in the market and then they lose everything. Happens every single time. That should be illegal. But, or should it? I just don't really believe in legislating people's behavior unless they're hurting somebody. That's just my opinion.
I am curious now that you're going to these casinos all the time and you're more popular than you've ever been.
Yeah.
How difficult is it now becoming to go gamble publicly?
I walk into some of the casinos that we play at regularly, and there are fans there just like waiting to get pictures, and it's just so humbling, and I just absolutely love it. And 99.9% of the people are just so nice, and it's just like I feel like I know you. I'm like, well, you do. You listen to us every day, and it's a lot of fun. And we generally now play places where they make it really easy for us to film. So once I get done with all the hellos and the taking of the pictures and so forth, once we set up and we start filming, there's usually a little bit of a perimeter around us, weirdly, and people watching and saying, hey, they'd love to take a picture with you. Let's wait till they finish filming. And it's super fun. Like every day Matt, like I never would have dreamt that there'd be people that would even give a shit about taking a picture with me. Now there's like, I'll come out of the high limit room and then the casino manager or whoever's with us will say, okay, you guys line up. And then there'll be like a line of like 20 people to get a picture. It's so awesome. And so it takes me, 5 or 10 minutes, but it's just the most flattering thing in the world, and it's fun, and the people are super nice, and I'm so happy that they watch. We wouldn't be anything if it wasn't for all those people. So it's a little more complicated to film because of the attention, but it also makes it more fun, and we get it done.
Now, by the way, quick thanks to our sponsor, CyberGhost VPN, for sponsoring this video.
CyberGhost is one of the most trusted VPNs out there, with over 38 million users worldwide and over 20,000 strong reviews on Trustpilot.
Using a VPN is one of the simplest ways to protect your online privacy. Like, a lot more eyes are watching your online activity than you think.
And of course, even incognito mode does not stop it. Your internet provider, your work or school network, and even your home Wi-Fi router can still track what you're doing.
CyberGhost helps by encrypting your online data and running it through their secure servers. You just pick from over 100 locations before you browse.
It also lets you access geo-restricted games and content from over 40 streaming platforms, including Netflix, Amazon Prime, and Disney+. And here's a little special sauce I'll sprinkle on top. Changing your location can actually help you find better deals online.
CyberGhost works on all major devices like Mac, Apple, iOS, and Android, and you could protect up to 7 devices at the same time.
And guys, if you're thinking about it, using our link in the description gets you their absolute best deal at $2.03 per month, plus 4 months for free, which is 84% off.
They also offer a 45-day money-back guarantee, so it's risk-free to try it out. We like it enough to recommend it to all of you watching.
Once again, the link is down below in the description. Thank you so much to CyberGhost for sponsoring this episode.